Hello, water signs. How's it going? I hope you're having a great May. If you are a sun, moon, or rising in Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, you are here for your reading for June 2020. If you'd like to know a little bit more about dominant planets in your birth chart so that you know what sign you actually are, if you look at the whole chart rather than just your sun, moon, and rising, you can book a reading with me. We can talk about your birth chart and your characteristics that you should be aware of. You can also book me for a tarot reading if you want something more personal. I would love to help at any time. So please subscribe to my channel, comment, share, like, and follow me on Instagram. I'm going to put the links all down below. If you'd like to contribute to my channel, you can also do that, and I will tell you how down in the description box. The timestamps are down below too, and I think that's it. I think I'm going to start with Cancer. So I'll see you in a second. Hi, Cancer. I'm going to show you the cards that I got for you, and then we're going to talk about them. But first, I'm going to show them to you. The first card is Inner Power. The second one is Mystique. Keep charging ahead and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. There she is. Beautiful. Treasure Chest. An unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. The fourth card is Receiving, and here it is. Then we have the Lovers. We also have the Six of Pentacles. The Wheel of Fortune is here. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We also have the Eight of Wands. The Page of Pentacles. We have the Two of Swords. We have the King of Pentacles. We've got the Nine of Wands. The Queen of Earth. And a couple more cards, which is the Five of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the message that's coming through here. I'm in a communal space, so I'm sorry if there's some noise in the background. You know, I'm sharing this space with other folks. So let's see. I'm gonna start with the Page of Pentacles. I think that there's something new in your life right now that you're dedicating yourself to, Cancer, and it's something very exciting. This could be something to do with studies. Usually it indicates someone being a student of something. You might have a new idea. You might want to communicate this idea. And it's something that relates to the physical realm because it is a Pentacles card. Whatever you do with this idea, the cards are asking you to really focus on communication. And quick communication. I know that we are in retrograde season right now, but it is important for us to, if you are taking a new step with this Page of Pentacles, it is important for you to communicate quickly about the ideas that are coming up for you with others. Truth bombs, right? It's just like letting people know what you're trying to do and charging ahead. Ultimately, this is about your independence, and it's about you stepping into your own self-made world. You might be wanting to, you know, be your own boss or something like that, or just like create more independence in your life, organizing the beauty that you've created for yourself. So it's very exciting, and I think it's gonna end up in a place where you're gonna really face yourself with your worth. Like you will see your worth through this process, and you'll recognize your worth. You'll be able to really be proud of yourself for accomplishing this and being able to you know, stay communicative about it. Things might happen really fast too with the 8 of Wands here. There's huge change in your life with the Wheel of Fortune, so this might be part of the change, and it has to do with you learning how to, like, well, I guess it's learning about how to ration out, like, giving and receiving, because you know, Cancers can be very giving, and sometimes they will give to their detriment and not be able to be completely receiving, like on the receiving end as much as the giving end. So I think this is a change here. It's like, no, you know, I can only do so much, and I should also be receiving. I should also have my cup full before I can, you know, spread it out. This comes from a place of love, and love for yourself and love for others, because you do want people to grow and understand that they can't take advantage of other people. So it's important for you to actually go through this process, not only for yourself, which is actually the most important here, but since I'm talking to a Cancer, I'm almost, you know, wanting to say that it is for the good of all, because I know you care for the all. And so the Lovers is all about, you know, integrating the different types of energy that you have, in order to find your center and love all parts of you, just not just, you know, the one that gives, but the one that receives, the one that is wounded, the one that is hurt, not only the one that is, you know, compassionate and loving. The cards are also saying there's like an something that has to do with, like, it's a very charging type of energy here with this for the June 2020 Cancer group. I'm not seeing this for all signs. I think that you, Cancer, are leaders right now, and you are like taking action and you're moving. There is like a lot of like keep charging ahead, and like when you look at this plus this, the keep charging ahead card, you know, these horses are like, they're in movement, they're going somewhere, they're reaching some goal, right? And it's a lot about the energy of not settling for less than what you want. Yes, there is some grounding happening, but it's a grounding of movement. It's a grounding of purpose. Purpose is the word, I think. So, you know, don't, like what it says here, don't take no for an answer. Just like keep charging ahead to what it is that you actually want in your life. And the funny thing about it all is that even though there is this pull to go ahead, you're like, I think that you are still sort of trying to decide where to go. So it's kind of an energy of like, I need to go, and you do need to go, because you've been sitting in this for a long time, and you need to take this blindfold off and just make a decision. But it's also like, I think that it's a decision that is going to be stable in the future. This is why the King of Pentacles is here. And with your intuition, you are going to know what that is. There's so much receiving for you this month of June. I mean, we have the actual receiving card, and we have Treasure Chest, and we have Queen of Earth. So it's like treasure chest, there's like a windfall coming, and then receiving is like all about you, like learning, and of course the Six of Pentacles too. It's like there's so many cards about receiving, some cards about movement, like coming out of the stalemate that isn't doing you any good, but it does have to do with like, if you're not receiving in a relationship, you know, find your inner power, and, you know, go after, like, you don't have to carry the wands forever by yourself. Like, there's only so much that we can do by ourselves. We have to learn how to receive. We have to learn how to delegate. We have to learn how to give and then have it return, right? The 10 of Wands is the card of like the person carrying the 10 wands by themselves. They didn't have any help, and it's really hard. On the way, you might have even lost quite a lot, and it's been difficult. It hasn't been easy, but it's not the end. You know, it's a 5. 5s are change. 5s are conflictuous times, but it's conflict in order to grow. So, you know, very soon you will be learning that, like, you will be receiving the love, and you are very lovable, Cancer. You are very loving, and you are very lovable, especially. And so you deserve that, and you should move towards that, that abundance that the Queen of Earth represents. Queen and King of Pentacles here. So it's the, you know, the two sides of you that really want that, like, stable, juicy, abundant, energy. I can see like the masculine and the feminine, and here they are, you know, it's the lovers. They're together, king and queen, together on the throne. Is that you? Is that you and someone else? It does not matter. It comes always from us first, though, in order for us to attract what it is that we actually want in a partner or anything like that. So overall, I'm just going to summarize what I saw over here. Tap into your inner power in order to receive abundance. Keep charging ahead. Don't take no for an answer. If you want something, you should be able to get it, because you are so freaking giving, Cancer. You will receive it, though. There is like a lot of cards here that talk about receiving, and it's only just that happens. The stalemate that you're in right now, it's up to you to change too. You know, it's up to you to take that, like, ride that horse to movement, to change. Like, I mean, you know, it's like, it's okay for you to be at peace with not being at peace, but also go and get it. Like, go and get what you want and change. Because there's like so much independence here available for you, a lot of inner power stuff, a lot of being able to communicate what it is that you want, and not taking, you know, taking the hard load all by yourself. You don't have to do that. You can ask for assistance from others, and others should be able to help you, especially after all you've done for them and for so many people. You are truly leaders and gifted givers. So you deserve this return. Make sure you are open to receive, because sometimes it can be hard to receive for Cancers too. Don't like swat it away, or don't push it away when people love on you. Like, really receive that, receive the compliments, receive whatever it is that you're receiving, this treasure chest that's coming your way. Okay, I think June seems like a very positive place. If it gets a little scary, remember that you deserve to receive. Always. Like, that is the main theme here about June, is you deserve to receive. I hope you have an amazing June, and I will see you next month. Cancer, love you. Bye. Hello, Scorpio. How's it going? I hope your week is incredible. Your month is incredible. This is your June 2020 reading. I'm going to start by showing you the cards, and then we're going to jump right into the meaning of them. The first card that I see is Look Inside Yourself. Then we have Bridget, Caution is warranted. Look deeper into the situation before proceeding further. Then we have Mother Healing. As your feelings toward your mother heal, your desires manifest more rapidly and accurately. Let me see all mama with the babies. Then we have Release the Dark Wound, Let Love Live. We also have the Nine of Swords. We have the Justice card. We have the Eight of Pentacles. We've got the Six of Cups. We've got the Page of Wands. We've got the Messenger. We have the Ten of Cups. We've got the Three of Cups. We've got the Sun. You've got the Maiden in reverse. You've got the King of Earth. And lastly, you have the Nine of Wands, or Fire. So, my dear Scorpio, I see a lot of celebration for you in June 2020. There's definitely conflicting things, but it's not like the major energy. The major energy is feeling fulfilled, satisfied, happy, whole, wanting to have fun and be playful. There's a lot of children here in this deck. Well, look at this. So we have these children. We have one card with children. You have another card, two cards with children. We have the Sun with children. We have the two babies in this Ten of Cups. Any more babies? Any more kiddos? I think that's it, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the cards have kids on them. So that's an interesting thing here. I think that, you know, the universe is asking you to bring out your childlike side, your your playfulness, you know, your fun, your laughter, everything that has to do with being a kid again. Nostalgia. You're probably going through a lot of nostalgia. You're going through some stuff from the past too. There's like the mother healing stuff, and the Six of Cups talks about the past and our, you know, family, like our blood family and like our childhood and how we grew up. With mother healing here too is the same thing. You know, it's like maybe you're reaching a point in your life where you are understanding your mother more. You're getting to a place where you understand how she felt as a mother, or how you know, she needed your understanding. So there's a lot of healing going on regarding family, bloodline, ancestral stuff, which is cool because you're Scorpio, you know, your birthday is actually around Halloween, which is the time where we, you know, it's the Sabbath where we honor our ancestors. So I think that you are leaders in that, and in June you're going to be feeling it very deeply. All of this is coming from inside of yourself and from the process of drawing inward that we are all doing globally right now. And I think that looking inside of yourself has helped you heal certain things, understand certain things that perhaps in the past you didn't understand. So it's a very important part of your life right now, and it makes you very passionate about the journey of healing and spiritual development, like learning about symbolism and learning about your dreams and learning how to communicate and bring words and ideas to that which is occult and strange, right? Like healing processes and things like that. So you're like healing through word more, or like even listening to others sometimes can be that. But I'm gonna say words because the messenger is also here, and I think that the reason why you're going through all of this is in order for you to send that message forward. You are here to help others. Like you see all these people, they're being influenced by this messenger, and he has a lot of wisdom to share with the world. So I think that you are stepping into that position of power where you are learning things about ancestral healing, mother healing, familial bonds, and you want to pass that forward because it can help lots of people who are struggling with their own families. So whatever it is, however it is that you want to do that, you know, it's your prerogative. Okay, so let me see, because there is definitely something here too that I'm seeing that is a little bit, well, I'm looking at this caution as warranted card, and like proceeding with something, like having to wait, because there's something that's not exactly right, or it's not good, or I'm not sure exactly what it is. It might have to do with like a mental story that you told yourself. Nine of Swords is a lot about suffering and anxiety and like pain, but it's not like physical pain, and it's more like stories, right? It's like ego stuff. So I think that this here, like if you're starting to believe that, or like if you're not being able to sleep at night because you're thinking too much, or something like that, know that this Justice card here is basically bringing you what it is that you need. So it's not like you know, Justice is a major arcana card, and the Nine of Swords is a minor arcana. So justice or exceeds, or it overpowers the anxiety. What you deserve, you are gonna get. That's what this is saying. And no matter, it doesn't matter if you are not sleeping at night or not. I mean, it does matter, because you do want to sleep, and you want to be able to rest and be healthy. But it's just an affirmation that if you do or if you don't sleep at night, if you do or if you don't stick to the story of pain and suffering, you will still be served justice. So, you know, if that helps you as an affirmation to just feel a little safer, because this doesn't feel very safe, this type of energy. It feels like you're not safe, but what this is saying is that you are. It's just mental stuff, and the mind, you know, the mind runs. It will do what it wants to do, right? Don't we know that? We know that. Eight of Pentacles too is talking about like a process of hard work during all of this. So perhaps you've been working hard and on like trying to figure out this path, and like not being able to totally fully like grasp it, or you know, or not let it go, actually, instead of grasp it, because you don't want to grasp that, you want to let it go. And so this is why the release the dark wound and let love live is here. You have to choose what you're working hard for. If you're working hard on like trying to analyze the situation, that's not helpful. Sometimes it's better for us to just I mean, better, you know, it's not about being better. It's actually really hard to let go of something like a story. And grieving is, you know, you have to give it time. There is no time. And actually radical acceptance can be very helpful in the long term. And I think that that's how we release the pressure of having to release the issue. Do you understand? Like the release the dark wound and letting love live is actually you accepting that the dark wound will be part of your story, but it's and just letting it be there with the love, so that you are able to embrace all of it, and then in that way it becomes easier to release certain things, instead of, you know, work hard on trying to figure out how to release it. It's like, what about like letting it live, just like love? I think that sometimes can be easier to release than to actually try to actively release something, because releasing isn't really active, right? It's something that is passive. Like when you release, you're not like doing this, you're like letting go. So if you let go, that, you know, it's the opposite energy of like an Eight of Pentacles or a Nine of Swords, where you're like grasping onto the ideas, to the stories, working hard to analyze it and understand, to heal, and to, you know, like if it's not going, sometimes it takes time to be able to understand what you're going through right now. You know this because you're going through mother healing and childhood healing. So look at how much time there has been in between your traumas when you were a child and you now. You know, like the traumas that you're going through now, or the stories that you have right now, don't need to be processed through a long period of time. So don't pressure yourself too much with that stuff. There's also, yeah, so, and the other thing also here is not giving up. The 9 of Wands is about like somebody being wounded and really tired. Like, I'm tired of like the same thing, but it's a 9. It's almost at the end of something, and soon you'll be able to delegate. You'll be able to, you know, share the load with someone. Don't worry about protecting yourself too much. You've done an amazing, incredible job getting here, and I think that that's like the most important part of it. You know, it's that you've survived this, like everything that you survived. So congratulations. I just want to say, like, I'm so happy that you're still here and that you have not only that, but you also have such a beautiful message to send out to the world. So keep at it, keep going, don't give up. Even if it's a relationship or anything that is in your life that you might be like, I'm just like, should I just, you know, should I just let it go? Let go of the wound, but again, let love live. You know, like, love is there. There is love. There is a story too, and the story is hard, but they can both be. They can both be. You know, they can both exist. Love can exist. The story can exist. But ultimately, the love is the, you know, main force. So there's somebody also in your life, or even yourself, that is extremely nurturing and helpful right now. It's somebody who wants to come in and provide. So that's really beautiful. And I think, you know, receiving, you know, justice again, like, you are gonna receive this blessing of this, like, provider, this person who wants to help you at this time and wants to build a beautiful family with you and wants to have fun, you know, and be childlike. I don't think that there's another thing here too that is going on with the Maiden in reverse, which is actually our last card, that talks about you transitioning from your younger years to your older years. And so, you know, Maiden is part of Maiden, Mother, and Crone, which are the archetypes of I guess womanhood. I'm not sure. But Maiden is the fresh spring, right? She's the virgin, but not in virgin in the sense that she hasn't had sex. It's more of like a virgin as in like belonging to herself. I like that. And I think that this is like a phase of your life that is now coming to an end. It's not that you're not going to belong to yourself. It's just that you mastered belonging to yourself. And now you're not only belonging to yourself, but you're also belonging to you're becoming a mother, right? From Maiden to Mother. This is why I think this is reversed, is because you're also like mourning and grieving and letting go of this part of your life that's not going to be again. I mean, the energy of the Maiden can be with us throughout our whole lives, and the whole point of Maiden, Mother, Crone is to integrate them. But ultimately, I think that there is some transition, or perhaps, if not the transition from Maiden to Mother, it is that maybe you need a little more Maiden energy in your life, which is very playful, very young, very like sweet. But either way, however resonates for you, I do see a lot of children here, so that might be like the Maiden asking you, like, asking you to be more playful, and come out of this like anxiety, like, because anxiety and like children don't have anxiety. They don't stay up at night, you know, thinking of all the problems that they have. They conk out, you know. So yeah, just coming back to childlike energy. And of course you're not going to be a child, and of course you have to learn how to deal with these things, but ultimately it can just be helpful to infuse that a little bit of that childlike energy in your life. And then also, if it's the case that you are transitioning from maiden to mother, then congratulations, because mother is the great creator, and she is here to nurture, to provide, to give, and also to teach. There's just so much to mother. There's a whole lot of beautiful energy to her. And if you want to know more, you can always look up Maiden Mother Crone and, you know, read up about their energies and how you can learn how to integrate them. So I think that is all, Scorpio. Thank you so much for coming. I really do think June is going to be a beautiful month for you, full of celebration. And just let yourself play, and let yourself be the messenger that you are, okay? I love you, and I'll see you next month. Bye. My dear Pisces, how are you doing today? I hope you're doing great. This is your June 2020 reading. I'm going to show you the cards, and then we're going to talk about them, okay? So our first card that is showing up is the Sage. Look at that. Beautiful. Very wise. Reminds me of Saturn. We have body/mind in reverse. Uh-oh. We have I guess it's called the seneschal or senescal. I actually don't know what this means. We're going to have to look it up. But it's a beautiful card. This is a tarot deck that I'm not super familiar with, and it changes. Like it's not the Rider Waite, so I always have to sometimes look up the meanings. Still, we have the 8 of Pentacles. Get that man working. We've got the 2 of Pentacles reversed. We have the King of Wands reversed. Lots of reversals for you, Pisces. We have Justice. Yes. Beautiful. We have the World. Major Arcana cards coming out. We have the King of Cups. There's your card. Well, one, I guess, of your suit, at least. We have the 2 of Swords. We have the 6 of Swords. We also have the Knight of Swords. We've got She Feels, She Knows. We've got Divine Magic. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. We have Grace and Antoinette. To help heal the situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. And lastly, we have Sexuality. Ooh. Okay, Pisces. So let's see. I'm feeling like you, there's a little bit of like imbalance with you, especially with the body and the mind stuff. There's a lot of cards here that are swords. There's some that are pentacles, but you know, with these three cards, the Two of Swords, the Six of Swords, and the Knight of Swords, it tells me that you're a little bit stuck in your head. The Two of Swords is sort of a stalemate situation where you're like not really knowing where to go toward. So you're kind of like in the center and like you're not at peace, but you're also learning how to be at peace with not being at peace. There's like a decision that you have to make, but it's kind of hard to make it. The Knight of Swords talks about this very forward moving energy, but it can be kind of sharp, right? We think about a knight, which is all about action. And then we think about swords, which is the suit of the mind. But you, like, when you think about the Knight of Swords, it can be positively, it can be about like having a sharp mind, but it can also hurt others. So this is all asking you with the Six of Swords to let go of certain ways of being that are not very compassionate, especially with the Grace and Antoinette here. Compassion is about understanding that we are not perfect. Human beings aren't perfect. We make mistakes. We, you know, we are inflexible sometimes. And you know, we sometimes can be very childlike human beings, and you know, all of that comes from our life experience and from how much work we've done with ourselves of healing and stuff like that. And even people who have done a lot of work still, you know, have trouble with like being compassionate and being forgiving. You, Pisces, is one of the signs that is most compassionate and forgiving. You have like firsthand access to that. That is what Pisces can be all about. And you know, on the other hand, it can also be like difficult for you to draw boundaries and stuff like that. So sometimes I think that in order to protect yourself, you well, it's not even to protect yourself, because I don't think that that's like necessarily what you're trying to do, but I think that it frustrates you. Like, people sometimes frustrate you, and you end up using these very like sharp words that like make others feel bad about themselves. And it might be truthful, what you're saying, but ultimately it has to be helpful. You know, it can't like, if it's truthful, it also has to be compassionate, because that's the only way that the person will listen. So I think that there is a message here about how you are communicating your truth. And the tarot isn't necessarily saying that you are wrong, because you have the Sage here. And you have She Feels, She Knows. So these cards are about intuition and knowing, mastery, like being like an older individual who has been through a lot and who, you know, understands life more and more. But it's not necessarily about, like, the knowing is there, but the communication about the knowing can be overwhelming for people. So I think that the way that you are trying to communicate isn't really like being effective right now. And I think that there needs to be a little more compassion. Yeah, King of Cups being here too. Like, the other part of it too is that, like, when you hurt others, you also feel hurt because you are like that. Pisces is, you know, oneness too, right? So like if you end up hurting someone else, you're actually hurting yourself too. So I think that, like, being able to sit with your emotions and hold space for yourself is really important. This is a card of healing. There's a lot of healing going on in your life, relating to like completion and some things that came to an end. Like, sometimes it can, this card, the world can talk about a graduation or an ending, and it's not like abrupt and shocking. It's something that needed to have happened, and you're still healing from it. You're still like trying to mourn and grieve and like let go. There's a, you know, grieving, like I said, also to another water sign here, grieving is not, it does not have a time limit. You have to accept that you might grieve for a really long time. And that might be actually an easier way for you to cope with the grieving, rather than like wanting to be done with it and then having it just come back over and over again and like hit you in the face. It's like, don't be surprised about the grieving. Don't be like, but I thought I was done. Like, no, it's okay to not be done. It's okay to go over it again. Because it's part of life. Grieving is part of life. Mourning is part of life. And the more we live, the more we mourn, don't we? Make sure you are moving your body, because the body and mind in reverse talks about like some sort of imbalance, and this is why I started out with imbalance here. And like I said before, the mind is very active right now. You have the Two of Swords, you have the Six of Swords, and you have the Knight of Swords. And then, you know, I think it's really important for you to inhabit your body. With sexuality here, I think it's really important for you to practice sexuality, even if it's just by yourself. Like, buy yourself a sex toy. Or use one if you already have it, you know, like, I don't know, like, practice sexuality, practice in whatever way it is, even if it's through flirting with somebody, but there's something to do with, because sexuality has to do with the body too and the senses. And I think that maybe this is why this is also reversed. It's because you are not totally embodying your sexuality in your body. So anything that has to do with like you, I don't know, like just brainstorm about it, and I think that you will come up with some ideas on how to harness that more, because I think it's something really important for you to continue to practice, right? Even if it's just by yourself. I know it's hard right now because no one can do anything unless you're in the same household, but you know, it looks to me like it's something important right now, even if personal. Justice is also here, so that means, what this all mean is that you whatever it is that you are getting is what you deserve. So make sure that what you're putting out there is something that you would want to receive. If you want to be understood, then understand others. If you want to be forgiven, then forgive others. If you want to be loved, then love others. If, you know, just, and, you know, on and on and on. This is a lot about karma. It's a lot about what you put out. So yeah, just, I guess that's like, just make sure that you are like sending out beauty and sending out love and sending out good energy. Then you'll feel it, you know, especially you, Pisces. You are about, like I said before, you are about oneness. So, you know, what you put out there, you will feel. Of course, it's not about just doing it for yourself, because you also want other people to feel it, but you will understand, you will feel it too. And there's nothing wrong about that. I think it's great. There's some hard work going on. I'm not sure exactly what that relates to, but this is saying to be flexible, or actually, I think that this reversed might be talking about you making sure you're saving money, or I don't know. I know that this card is about flexibility, so being adaptable to the situation that you're in right now. This is also saying, like, make sure you work hard to get all the boats in a row or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And try to adapt your routine, and try not to be too rigid about wanting to, like, about change. Like, change is happening and you kind of need to flow with it, I think. And just like juggle the situation that we're all living in right now, as best as you can. With the King of Wands in reverse, it's saying, once again with this whole like mind stuff, the King of Wands, when it's reversed, it's like someone who has the potential to be a leader, but like becomes, it's like fire that catches too fast and then like it burns. Fire can be very nice, but it can also like burn, you know, it can burn pretty bad. So I do think that there's like a lot of stuff here talking about like you making sure that you're not burning people, and making sure that you're trying your best to be softer and less like masculine in a sense that's like toxic, like because you're gonna feel that, and there's like so much magic to you. If you are able to embody this like sexuality in your body, and you know, work with your feelings and what you know, your wisdom in a compassionate way, I think you're, you know, you'll be much farther ahead, I think, than losing your patience with people. I think you need to be very patient right now. I'm gonna look at the Seneschal, which is the last card here that I'm seeing, because I don't, like I said before, I don't know what this one's about. Usually we have only 10 cards in each of the suits, right? But this is a 12, so this is why I don't know. Oh, okay. Ooh, nice. Ooh, justice again. So this card is about justice too. Let me show it to you again. So there's like something that's coming up for you that might even be a court of law sort of thing. I don't know. It says here, servant, administrator, mediator, justice, law, organized, trustworthy, and loyal. Service to a higher purpose. There you go. There's that sage wisdom that she feels she knows, you know. Higher purpose, not like about you knowing or about you, you know, like people like, listen to me. Like, yes, listen to me, but in like the way that we speak, like language is such a fantastic thing, right? Like we can say something that is truthful and push people away, or we can say something, the same thing in a different way, and everyone will follow us. It's like, it's so crazy, right? It's like it's magic in itself. Like you see a lot of like, this is reminding me of like vegan people who like the cause is so just and it's so truthful and it's so important, but so many people run away from veganism because of the way that people speak about it. If it's aggressive, it doesn't come through. It's not really an intelligent way of like trying to get people to be on your side, to be aggressive towards them. And yes, I know it's like people should already know, like, I'm sick of it. I need to, be patient with this like bull crap. But they're not there. And if you have consciousness and wisdom and knowledge, and you want to share it, you have the responsibility to make sure that you, like, it's a responsibility to know, right? And it's a responsibility to share, because you're going to be sharing it in a way, like the way you're going to share is going to be so important, because that's going to make it or break it, So loyalty to authority is also about this card. Speak for others. So you might be advocating for something. Is your power real or borrowed? Follow the rules or directions given. Use personal power wisely. Question everything. Blind loyalty makes one blind. So also making sure that you're not not following things that or people or wisdom that, like, blindly, like making sure you're discerning about what it is that you're also following. So Pisces, I think that there is like a lot of potential for healing, a lot of potential to connect with your body and your sexuality. I think there is, definitely the sense of like what you put out there will come back. So make sure that you put out what you want to see in the world and what you want to feel yourself. Know that there is like divine magic around you right now, and there's a lot of wisdom that you can share with the world, to contribute, to mentor, to help. But make sure you always pause before communicating and really try to connect with your heart when you're doing it, like coming from the heart, like trying not to hurt people when they're being stupid, and know that it's okay for you to mourn whatever has gone by, and like be flexible and be adaptable to what's going on in the world and in your own life. I think that's all I have for you this month of June. I hope it goes really well, and I want to say that I think that you are you are a really beautiful teacher, and I want to see you succeed in your endeavors of teaching others how to be more conscious beings. So thank you for doing that service, by the way. It's very hard to do it, and I appreciate that you're trying your best. I love you very much, and I'll see you next month. Bye.